Hey friends, Christine here with another kit tutorial on a Cherished chapter kit that I've just put out. But I wanted to give you a heads up because because during the video the camera crapped out, so I was making this version from the kit and then wound up showing part of it using this version of the kit. It's the same kit. All the papers are interchangeable. I just chose different ones to do this one than I had to do this one. So it's not confusing. I think you'll get it no problem. You'll see the techniques for, particularly it happened around the time I was creating the space for this journal. Also on this journal, I've had a couple of questions, people asking me, well, how did I make this journal? And I made it in under 5 minutes, and I will do another video showing that, and we'll link to it ultimately on the bottom. I mean, in the show notes. So anyway, that's all. I just wanted to give you that little bit of information. And again, go create, be awesome. Okay, so now let's talk about how we make this. And it is so incredibly easy, you're just going to love it. But what you need to know is that you want to have double-sided paper. So what I've done is I've printed from the kit, this is a travel kit, 2 different pages on each side, and I just sort of randomly picked. I knew I wanted to use these 2 as part of my build, so I have those, and then I have this page, which is separate, and this is only one side. We'll use this later. And these are some scraps I have. These are actually in the kit, but they might be just scraps you have laying around as well. So we'll talk about how we use those. So the first thing we want to do is, anywhere it matters, we're going to cut the white border off the artwork. So I'm going to go do that, and then we'll be back. Okay, so I've done that. I have cut my borders off. Oops, there's a little left on each of these on this side. Now everybody's printer is going to be different, so you're going to have to make your adjustments as necessary. And essentially you just want to cut the white border off. There's some wiggle room in this design. So if it's, 4 3/4 by 5 or by 7 and whatever, by 8, whatever the finished size is, I think it's typically 5 by 8. If it's 4 3/4 by 7 3/4, you'll have no problem. So I just took off that white stuff. And now you can see on some of the pages there are divisions. They're separate areas. And I'm going to score on those. I'm scoring very lightly. Okay, so now one of these is going to be the outside, the cover, and you need to decide which one. Now in my case, it's this one because it has the bigger area that I want to show on the cover. Most of this gets covered, so it almost doesn't matter, but I want this to be the outside. So I'm going to fold it right there. Now the outside, the one that's going to be the cover, we'll call it page B, gets folded in a gatefold, meaning both flaps come in. The other page gets folded in a Z fold. So we're going to fold it this way and then this way. Okay. Great. Okay, so now this is our cover. This is the outside wrapper. So I'm going to put that down. And then I'm taking my Z fold, which of course I have folded backward. I want it to go this way. Sorry, and this way. Basically creating a Z with the short side, I guess, being the bottom, if it were actually a Z. Okay, so now I'm going to stick this here. Fold this over, and we're going to glue this to this. Now again, most of this gets covered up. It doesn't really matter. It's just a foundation for building. So I'm going to want this to be a pocket. So I'm only going to put glue on the top and bottom. So let's do that. Then I am going to fold right along my, I'm going to glue right along my fold on the inside, just to keep the pages together. I don't want anything coming apart in the future. So there we go. Now I'm going to take this page, my Z fold, stick it right into the crease, and connect these two. The hardest thing you'll do in this project, you just did, or I just did, and you'll soon do. So now, let me just grab something here. This is still a pocket, but that could change. And now this folds this way, and this folds around the cover as well. And now we can straighten out all of our folds. You might have to adjust a little. Okay, so essentially we've got 3 1/4 inches, and then 5 inches, and then 2 1/4 inches, and that's what we want. Okay, so you see how this is coming together? Okay, so there's our basic structure, but now we want to decorate and create more folds and pockets, because that's really what this is all about. So we have other scraps that we can use. I should have already trimmed this white border off because it's only going to get in the way. And we could begin making pockets. Now, a couple of things to consider. Let me see. I'm going to make this, yeah. We want any open edge, any available edge, we want to make a pocket. Because it could also be just artwork, it could be a pocket, and it will be something else that you will see in a second. So basically, we are just deciding at will how deep a pocket do we want. So I'm just looking here, like, yeah, 2 1/2 inches, that sounds good. So I'm going to do about 2 1/2 inches or less, doesn't really matter. This is, everything is changeable. So now I'm going to put this here, and maybe I want to use a deckled edge, because you saw, like on the wallpaper ones, if you saw the wallpaper ones, it had a torn edge, and it just made for a different look. So I'm going to just do this on this edge, so that when I put it on, like so, it's a beautiful thing. So now, same as we did here, we're going to make this a pocket, and it's going to be a pocket on both sides. Now again, you could seal it up and make it not a pocket. It's all up to you. And I would probably ink this. So on these, I don't worry as much about getting in the crease here, but you could just put it right, little bit right down that crease. Bring it in. And voila. Okay, so this is a cut edge and this is a straight edge. And it doesn't really matter. It's all entirely up to you. All right, so now we want to do the same thing with this edge and this edge. So I'm going to do it first with this edge. And now I wish I had deckled this. I could pick it up, but I'm not going to. So now for here, I could have a very narrow pocket, or I could even just have a one-sided pocket. I mean, I could just put it here and not put it on this side, but I really like using up the scraps. And again, you don't have to use any of these printed pages. If you'd prefer, use your book pages. Let me grab one. Okay, so I've got this dictionary page, and it's questionable as to whether or not it's actually strong enough to do this, but we're going to use it anyway. And this is just to show you, it doesn't have to be any special paper. So now we're going to see here it's a little bit shorter of a flap. I'm just going to fold it. Yeah, so this I would probably make into a decoration, like I would just glue it down. So let's do this. There we go. And then we'll do it on the other side as well. And I'm using a decal ruler. You could just tear it done that as well. Yeah, so now here and here, and then I'm just going to line it up at the top and cut off the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to leave this a pocket, but again, you need to evaluate the strength of the papers you're using. And this one is kind of on the cusp for whether or not it'll actually work as a good pocket. You take this out and do it on here. Here, why not? I'll go right down the crease just to give it some added stability. I'm going to wish I had inked this because it's going to be beautiful. And some of it I can still ink later. Okay, so there you see, plain old book paper that we can now stick things in. Okay, so now we've got that part done. And then this goes like, oh, sorry, it's upside down. This goes, yeah, we'll get it. This goes like this. And then like this. Okay, so now we've got this one. And I'm going to trim this because that will make me crazy. There we go. This flap is important if you think you're going to use, put a book, a journal inside here. If you're not, then you could just continue doing what we did, which is put some, I want another map. I think I want that on here. Yeah. You could just do exactly what we did. Use scrappy flaps and create the two pockets on each side, which we're going to do anyway. But now I'm going to show you what you want to do if you're going to put a booklet in, and I'll show you the booklet. Okay, so here's one with a booklet. Okay, so here opens up, and you can see I have a full little journal book in here. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do it both ways. Okay, so to do just a regular little pocket, the thing you want to keep in mind is if you want the opportunity to do a book, you want your pocket on this side to be pretty long, pretty wide. Okay, so figure, leave maybe 1/4 of an inch from the fold. Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm just going to fold it over, then I can, that's where my fold is going to be. Line up the paper, see that it's generally straight. I'm going to cut it. All right, so now this guy gets put here just the same way that we've been doing it. We're just going to give it a little bit of a bead at the top and bottom to create a pocket. Okay, simple enough. I'm going to put it down. Line it up with the crease and the bottom and top, and then just rub the bottom and top. Make sure it's not sticking to anything, and make sure that it's well. There we go. So now, again, little pocket here, and a little pocket here. All right. That's a very narrow pocket, but I'm going to show you how to make some great narrow tags as well. So if you are doing a pocket here, you're done. And now the rest of this excitement is just decorating. So in this case, I mean, there's so many ways we can decorate this. Oh, let's just see. Well, open up yours and see how you'd like it. And you could put a pocket there and another one here. Like so. You can make it shorter. You know, again, it's somewhat depending. If you're using the kit contents, like this might be a really cute little pocket area. or in this case, you know, this one, but this one you'd want a little bit lower maybe to see more of the artwork of this. So again, it's so flexible that it's hard to explain because there's so much you could do with it. So let's just say, for fun, I'm going to put this here, just as it is. So you know how to glue in a pocket. Just go around the edge. And that may haunt me later, so I'm going to take some of that glue out. And you just want to find your creases and kind of go in between. To make sure that it will fold right. Mine went down crooked. There we go. So just want to make sure that it falls in between the two seams, which this one does. And now I can put something in here. This one is a little wide for the way I glued this, so that's an easy fix. Hold on. We'll just make it a little more narrow. And now it'll slide right through. So I'm worried about that glue down there where I put too much glue in the... Yeah, we're going to need to help that along a little bit. There we go. Oh, come on. You know, this stuff only happens when the camera's running. There's no reason why this shouldn't go in. There. Phew. That was tricky. Okay, so I'm feeling like this one is also too busy for this. So I'm taking this one out. We're going to put something else there. Now we're going to come on this side and do the same thing, but I do want to use this artwork, and this is not too busy. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to make it shorter just by cutting off the bottom. So you can trim these anywhere you want. So I'm going to cut right across here. All right. So now, same thing. You want to know where your creases are, where your folds are, so you can get it right in the middle. And sometimes they're hard to see. It's easier to fold it up. There we go. All right, now we can stick our little birdies in here without an argument. Okay, got that. Let's see what we've got that's tall. This can go in here. Trim that down a little bit. There we go. So you get the idea. You could just fill it and fill it and fill it. So now we want something for in here. And it could be anything. It could be something from a different kit. Now here's a little journaling space we can put in here. Okay, it doesn't have to be all the travel theme. That's just what comes with this kit. So we have something over here. Let's stick that in there. Okay, we have this larger spot. We could put maybe the passport in. Oh, we have this pocket as well. But I already used up my pockets. But technically, I could just put this on top of there, and that looks beautiful. It means we'll be missing this artwork, but we can use it again. I mean, print it again and use it elsewhere. We can also put it back here and have a back pocket. So if you're going to glue this into your journal, then this gets covered up anyway. It's irrelevant. If you're going to have it freeform, meaning not attached, then we could put this here. So let's do that because I like this. I like this pocket. There are just so many ways that you can work with this material. So let's put this here. All right, beautiful. Now, pockets, 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 everywhere is pockets. And now I just need to find some more tags and things to put in them. So here, for example, I could stick a little envelope I might have in here. And here's a dog tag. I mean, you know, a tag with a dog on it. That can go in here. I still have these, but I'm going to hold off on that for a second. That's the front cover. We're going to glue to that. Oh, I still have a pocket here. Let's find something fun that can go in there. Again, I'm just pulling things from my stash. Okay. So many places. I mean, so many things. I have it backward. There we go. This goes this way. That goes that way. All right. So now I'm sure somewhere there's another pocket that needs more stuff, but I think I have something in all the pockets except this one. Because now this one I'm going to show you if you want to put the book. Like if you didn't want to put the book, let's just make a little tag. We're going to make a little tag. We're going to use this, and we're going to fold it in half. Sorry, we're going to fold it in half. We're going to trim off the deckled edge. Actually, no. We'll make that the decorative part. I'm going to use this one, this sheet, and just trim off these white corners or white borders. And I'm going to cut a part of this. I'm just going to randomly say, let's do 3 inches. I'm just going to cut it at 3 inches. Okay, take this, I'm going to fold it in half, like so. Realize I'm a little off camera. This is a wide project, so it sort of meanders. You just glue this closed. And again, I would seriously be inking almost all of this. And now we're going to make sure it's ta-da. Now I'm going to take this and we're just going to glue it here. And again, this could be any scrap paper you have. It's irrelevant. Music pages, book pages, dictionary pages, whatever's sitting in your stash. You're just using up the scraps. Okay, I'm going to stick this in here. Close it down. Beautiful. Now we can even put another, we could put words on them, letters, numbers, whatever you like. You're going to get to create your own finished ephemera. But I'm going to come in and put this through the chomper. Okay, so now we have a nice chomped edge. Now it's a little tall for our pocket here, which is over here. So I'm going to cut that down. I should have already cut it down. I'm just going to go, that's better. Put it back into the chomper. Pull there, and now we've got another tag that goes in there. Okay, I would turn it around so it's more visible, so the solid blue part is there. Okay, easy, easy peasy. All right, and we could put another something back here. Again, it's endless, absolutely endless. Now, if you want to add the book to the middle of this, like I did in the garden one, it's a very simple thing. You're just going to open it up, take this flap as it is, push all the pages away from it, and slice off this edge. And you're only going to slice maybe, you know, not a lot, just enough to open the edge. And just cut this off. Perfect. Okay, so you see what's happening here. So now we have our journal that you saw I did the video on how to make the easiest journal ever. And we're going to slide this right through. And that's going to sit right in the middle. Like so, like so. So you see what I mean? Where you want to just be aware of where this falls so that this journal sits between the two folds. And it does. Okay, so now it's just a matter of starting to actually decorate. So in the case of, does it look great? In the case, I mean, there's endless things you could do here. You'll really have to explore the kit. So you could do a pocket here, or let me show you how it was done on this one. Okay, this gives you an idea here. Big pocket, little pocket. I mean, there's so much ephemera that comes with this. This does the flip out. There's stuff in here. You get the idea. So it's just at this point, it's a matter of your decision making. Sorry, was that not even on camera? Okay, so, but you see what I'm saying? That it's decorating now. Do you want a pocket here, pocket here? How would you like your envelopes to be if you're using those? We have more pockets. So this is like the most difficult thing to do videos for because the possibilities are endless. I mean, seriously, all the stuff that you could do in here, it's just amazing. That's why I love these folios, and I imagine I'm going to make a lot of them. So then this does not come with the kit, but I'm using this. This is in a paperclip kit online, just to keep these together. Oh, and look, another pocket. You could stick something in here as well. So it's just amazingly, incredibly flexible with tons of things. So right now, you know how we slice this so that we could put our book in here? Well, that makes the other side a belly band. So you could put something else in there. In fact, I think I do in the garden kit, I believe. There's also, yeah. So on the back, there's a belly band with a big tag. And it goes right in here. Or, if you prefer, you could, get rid of this, just stick some glue on this side and make this back into a pocket. Got it? Got it. All right, kids, that kind of shows you the how to put it together and some ideas for how to make the structure work for you. And now we'll go forward and we'll decorate a little bit. Now here's the front. And like this one, where I did the fold out so that you can put a item in here, and then close it, and then open this and take this out from this side. That's possible. Or maybe you want to do something that's more like the letters, where they're actually just glued on and they become tuck spots in themselves, and they all hold letters the way they do. So why don't we do that, because I've already shown how to do the flip out, you know, the floppy envelope. So if we're going to use this as a envelope similar to here, then we want to seal it up. And take some glue and seal it up empty. Okay. Then we're going to grab an actual letter opener and we're going to open it. This is pretty thick paper. Come on. There we go. Just going to rip it open as you might have opened an actual letter. So now it's a pocket again, but it's closed up. So that we might put here, and we stick something in there. And then this we could put this way. Let's see, how does this work? Hey, here's an idea. We could still have this be a flappy pocket. We'll just make it, put that like that, and that like that. That could be great, right? So we're going to put this just on this front flap. And you're going to have to sort of, let me stick this in more. You're going to have to sort of just kind of measure by eye to do this. It doesn't need to be there right now. So let's say if we put that like that, and then we want our other envelope to be a pocket in there, and can also be a tuck spot if we just do it around the edge. But again, it can't go past here. So that's where you kind of have to say, okay, say if we do it like this, let me take this out while I'm working. We put this one here, and then add that one like so, because you don't want it to violate this edge, because then it won't open correctly. But I think that works. So let's pick this up and close this back, because this is how it's actually going to look. So I think, let's see, that'll work fine and can still be a pocket. And this one we could even skew a little bit, right? Because it's just going to get glued onto there. So we could skew that one that way, and this one that way a little. Just enough to look like, again, a pack of mail sitting. So I say we're going to do that. So now I just have to figure out where we are gluing, and it's going to be from here down to here. We can always come back in with a little bit more glue later if it feels like it needs it. There we go. One done. Okay. I mean, you can even just leave one, leave none. You could decorate the front any way you want. I'm going to get this glue out of this corner because that will not make me happy later. All right, so that's there. And now I'm going to take this one and maybe put it up like that. So there's a pocket there that we could get to. And again, we could make this a further tuck spot, but I think I won't, simply because unless I bring it down. So then you'd open this, and this would be here. This would go in here, and there could be a tuck spot there. All right, that's not bad. So let's do this. We're going to glue from here to here. And we're not going to glue over this flap, okay? So that we can use that as a pocket too, right? Come on, that's what it's all about. Pockets, pockets, pockets. All right, so that's where we want it. So this one's going to be most easily added if I mark it a little bit. We can erase it later. Okay, I'm going to glue to here. And that'll make enough tuck area for something. I don't know what, but let's say. Okay, so I'm going to glue. Now see, now technically, yeah. Okay, the glue just dripped right out of my container. I'm only going to that edge because you got it. That's another pocket. So let's see, here and here. Let's give that a second to do its thing while it dries. All right, perfect. So now we have so much we can do. We have this, it's going to go in here. like it was. So that'll fold over there, and you can see that. This is open now on this edge, so it can hold something like, I'll pull this from the other one. Let's just say, because I know this should fit in here. Okay, so another journaling spot there. Plus, we have this other pocket here. Okay, so let's take something. Oh, it doesn't even matter. We'll just cut this. It's just for demonstration. So how big? Yeah. There we go. And then a little narrower so it stays in the confines. Now we can put this here, right? It could be actually trimmed a little bit more. That can go in here, okay? And then we can tuck something else. Let me grab that. Where's that card I saw? We'll just grab this. It may be too big. But we could tuck something else behind. Yeah, it's a little big. But see, now this is going behind here, but it has a tuck area. This has a tuck area, this pocket. And then this goes here. And I have to trim that. But you get the idea. I mean, it's endless. So there's this version versus this version. And looking at this, I'm going to provide the light color and the blue airmail because I want to. And so this we could fold just for the fun of it. We're just going to fold this kind of a Z. And this could definitely go back here in the tuck area. So, I mean, there you go. And then decoration more here. Now here's what I was looking for earlier. It really is totally endless. People, I want you to go create. I know you're going to be awesome. If you have any questions, if I need to clarify anything, I know it seems complicated, but it's not. It's gluing two pieces of paper together in one area. So watch that one a couple of times and remember that there are different videos that show different constructions. So watch the letters and wallpaper, or letters from the past it's called, and the garden one and the travel one. And I know you'll pick it up. And once you know how to do this, any paper you want. So go create, be awesome.